So now we're going to change gears and move from talking about the platform and cloud, and we're going to delve into the realm of AI. And so to kick that off, I'd like to welcome to the stage Eric Gels, who is going to kick off the AI session. Eric, thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Where's the clicker?
It should be over there.
Thank you, Craig. Everyone hear me? Wow, this is an absolutely incredible audience. First of all, thank you very much for coming to the session. Thank you for coming out and spending a couple of days. I hope everybody saw some really exciting stuff in the keynote today. We're going to do a very exciting live demo, so don't mind them. They're just going to get things set up here. I'm going to talk a little bit about how AI can help you supercharge your automation strategy. But before we talk about AI, actually, I just want to take a step back and talk a little bit about RPA. Because RPA has come a long way. It's been a pretty incredible journey. And this is a survey from The Economist, and a couple of things jump out here. One, a huge number of companies are adopting automation. But with that is more and more focus from executives, making automation a strategic technology initiative. And so why do I show this? The reason is, as this becomes more and more of a strategic initiative, the question that I get from customers all the time is, how can we do more with RPA? And specifically, how can we automate more complex processes? And when I talk to customers, three things come out when they're asking about this. How can I automate on more interfaces, more operating systems? How can I automate with AI and ML? And ultimately, how will doing that enable me to automate those more complex and cognitive processes? And so what I want to show over the next couple of slides and through a really exciting demo is, with UiPath AI, you can automate across all these areas, and you can automate more, back to that question. So we'll get these marketing slides off here. We'll jump into the product. We'll show you a really cool demo. To help out here, and I think they're still getting set up, I want to introduce Cosmin Voicu, who is our principal product manager for our AI computer vision capability.
Thank you.
Thank you. And are you all set up?
I think so. Hope so.
So what we're going to show here before I pass it off to Cosmin is, I'm going to show you with a single phone and a single robot, a little bit of help from AI computer vision, and something we call AI Fabric, you can create an end-to-end, low-touch customer service engine right in the studio. So Cosmin, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. So as Eric mentioned, today I will do a quick demo of custom-built customer service application that was built using two components: computer vision on one side to automate the phone application. Basically, that is the part that is doing the interaction with the customers. And AI Fabric that is classifying the text messages that we get from customers. And I will dive in a bit deeper after this quick demo. So let's start this off. Hopefully everything, oh, no, not this way. Hopefully everything will run smoothly. All this is running on a bare metal Android phone. And while we realize that this is not necessarily the most common scenario for automation and RPA in general, we want to show you the power of computer vision and our motto that is our unique value proposition, that is automate anything. Because when we started this, we had a single goal that was to automate virtual machines, solve the problem of automating virtual machines. But we've realized that you can do so much more with that, including automating this things like this Android phone. So you see here reading responses from text messages and sending responses based on a classification, an NLP model that is running on AI Fabric. And for this last text messages out of these 4 is actually doing something a bit more eccentric. Not yet there first. This is running a classification model that is running on AI Fabric, and it's basically a customer service built with just these 2 components. So for this last text, it is ordering an Uber, and the computer vision model will operate the Android phone to open the Uber application and order an Uber. So here it is. You can see opening the app, typing the destination, choosing the airport, and we're not actually going to click the confirm Uber because we don't want a stream of taxis in front of the hotel, but we will stop here. Then for the rest of the demo, it's also going to introduce all these customer interactions into a CRM app. Basically, it's sending a message to the orchestrator to start a robot on this virtual machine that we have here that is going to enter all the details in this CRM app. Now while this automation is running, I like to focus on these 2 main components: the computer vision that handles the interaction with this bare metal phone, and the Android and the AI Fabric component that is classifying all the text, all the messages from customers, and finding appropriate responses for them and sending them back to the customers. Another important part of this is especially on the AI Fabric part, is 1 second, please. For some reason, I'm not logged in. So what I wanted to show you here is the AI Fabric side, where 2 things happen. First, this is the area where the custom machine learning models can be managed, uploaded for all your robots to consume. In our specific case, we're using this custom service model. And this area for tasks. When a specific text message from a customer is not classified with the maximum amount of confidence, it gets assigned here to a human that can validate it and can respond to it appropriately. The actual important part about this is the fact that once a human does respond to this message, all this data is being used to retrain the model and give better answers the next time. So this way your model evolves with your company and with your customers. In this case, we can add here a normal response like we are looking into it and we'll get back to you shortly, or so. And that's about it. So now this response is being sent to the customer and also used for retraining for a later date. Another part that we are focusing on is the design time experience for, especially for computer vision. And I wanted to show you today how that looks like. So first, let's try to build the Uber ordering part of this automation. So just for starters, let's take a look at the current selector-based technology. And as you can probably guess, it doesn't really detect anything on this Android phone. But what we will do is we will start a computer vision recording to see how that works. So right now the interface is being analyzed by the machine learning model, which, by the way, wasn't specifically trained for phones. This is just to show you the extent of which this model can generalize and can be applied to various interfaces. So let's just click on this part. Oh, shoot. Let's do something else. I will resize this thing. I got something that interfered with the recording. Sorry about that. Let me start over. We don't want to do that. So we just we almost use the application normally, except these refreshes that we have to do from time to time. Also here it's a bit of a hack. We have to type specifically into this text, and let's just say airport and empty field. We'll go with first a new refresh. And then choose this specific airport and another refresh. And confirm. Right, I'm going to stop here to avoid other issues. So you can see here all the recording that's being generated with all the necessary steps. And that's about it. For the next part, the AI Fabric, I would like to welcome Anton, Product Manager for AI Fabric, the stage. You good?
Thanks, Cosmin. Okay, so Cosmin touched on this briefly, but what we're providing you here, embedded within Orchestrator, is a very seamless way to upload any trivial, any arbitrary machine learning model, whether it be a model created by UiPath, a model created by your data science team, a model created by our partner ecosystem or our open source community, and easily deploy them within the context of your orchestrator tenant and allow that then to be consumed directly from within, from any robots that are connected to that orchestrator tenant. And you can also manage the entire end-to-end machine learning model lifecycle. I'm going to touch a little more on why that's important and what you're going to be able to achieve and what makes AI Fabric particularly unique in a few minutes. I think we're going to move back to Eric's slides now. Eric, do you want to come up? Or will we go straight to the PowerPoint? Yeah? Will you move to the slides? Okay, we move to the slides.
Thank you, Anton.
So you take it from here.
So first of all, just want to recap what we just saw there. Live demo, live phone, AI computer vision, recognize what's on the screen on the phone, recognize what's on the screen in a virtual desktop interface, did an automation that ran across not just the Windows desktop, but those two interfaces, and then plugged in a custom model with the internet with, I don't know how many people are in here, maybe 1,000 people, and it all worked. So can we just give a quick round of applause to Cosmin and Anton, because that's, the AI team, they put some percentages on that, on how the likelihood of it all going well, and that was pretty incredible. So Anton was talking about AI Fabric, and he mentioned, I think, some of the exciting stuff, but I just want to talk a little bit about what AI Fabric is. And a quick question, who here in the room has heard of AI Fabric? So at its core, AI Fabric is, our vision for AI Fabric is to bring in your AI models that have been developed by your data science teams. So many of you have enterprise data science teams, and what we want to do with that is make it very easy for you to add those models directly into an RPA workflow. There's more that we're trying to do with AI Fabric.
Okay, so apologies. Our transitions weren't well worked out there. So as you can see, the various models you have here, the various scenarios in which you can add a machine learning model into your RPA workflow are listed, and they'll all have their own unique experience. If your data science team is creating a model, you want to allow them to use the tools that they continue to use today and give them a very seamless upload experience into AI Fabric. If you have first-party UiPath models, you want a very easy way to discover them, to understand when they're relevant to your particular use case, and to be able to invoke them very easily. And that goes for partner models as well. And in the circumstances when you don't necessarily have the models, out-of-the-box models available from UiPath or partners or from the open source, and you don't necessarily have the data science skills within your organization, then you can utilize an AutoML platform such as those provided by some of our partners who are here today. And after you've had these unique experiences for the model that you're choosing, for injecting it into your workflow at any given point when a probabilistic step that can't be done with simple rules exists within the workflow, then once you deploy that to AI Fabric, it's just an ML skill, and these all become ML skills. And within Orchestrator, as I was unsuccessfully trying to show you on the screen, you can manage those models and the entire life cycle of those models. And whenever you connect your Orchestrator or your robot and Studio to that Orchestrator tenant, as an RPA developer, I then have that entire list of ML skills that I can use within the different points of my workflow based on a particular use case. And whenever you think about how powerful this is, all of these very specific models for very specific use cases and different contexts, that's what we mean by pragmatic AI, because we're not trying to build machine learning models that generalize for all of your use cases, because it's just simply not realistic. What we want to be able to do is allow you to have specific machine learning models for these specific business processes and these specific automations. And you can see here, Cosmin touched on it in the demo, but within Studio, once these are available, it's as simple as dragging and dropping an activity into your workflow. And what this means for your organization is there's been a promise for quite a long time now about the value that AI would deliver. And we genuinely believe that with AI Fabric, we're enabling your organization to finally realize what you've been promised when you leverage AI by injecting it directly into a business process. And Eric touched briefly on the fact that we're bringing AI to RPA. And that's incredibly powerful because now we can open up automation opportunities for more complex scenarios. But what we're also doing is we're bringing RPA to AI. So now your data science teams that have struggled to really operationalize AI to this point have that delivery vehicle, that framework for delivering their machine learning models to real business problems. And that delivery vehicle is RPA and our automation platform and our robots. And finally, the last thing I want to touch on, it's the last circle here at the end. Whenever you deploy these machine learning models, the world doesn't stay static, and their performance shouldn't stay static. They should continuously learn and continuously improve. And you saw with the demo that Cosmin showed, whenever the machine learning model didn't have the ability, hadn't been trained on a particular type of data, it wasn't confident enough to classify a particular user request. And that's the reality of machine learning. Whenever a model hasn't seen a particular use case before or a particular type of data before, it won't be able to classify that. And that happens both because you didn't have the training data available whenever it was originally trained, or because real-world business data changes constantly and evolves constantly. So your models, your ML skills also need to evolve constantly and improve. And with AI Fabric, by combining the task management capabilities that we saw, human-in-the-loop capabilities, with our robots and AI Fabric, so think about it as RPA, humans, and AI all working together, we're able to ensure that your business processes and your automations constantly get better and constantly evolve with your business. And this is a very fundamental thing that we're achieving that no other AI platform today can do, to create this feedback loop, to create this closed system that allows you to continuously train and improve in such a seamless way, utilizing only UiPath technology is really the power of what we're trying to achieve with AI Fabric. So we have a booth where the booths are. Wherever that is, we really want to talk to customers because we are very excited and bullish on what AI Fabric can be. But if it doesn't work for you, then it just doesn't work. So please come by to the booth. There's a whole team of us there who want to talk to you, understand your requirements, and then we can work together to make sure that AI Fabric's working for your business. And I'll show you a demo if you come over as well. It'll be better than what I just did over there. So thank you very much, Eric.
Can you hear me? There we go. And I'm getting my steps in, so this is great. So that was incredible. AI Fabric, you can take these models that are being developed by your data science teams and just a couple of clicks have that in a workflow. And like Anton said, we'd love to show you that working. But a lot of times, customers may just want stuff that's pre-built, that's out of the box. And so what we're doing at UiPath is we're investing in a couple of key areas. Back to that question of helping our customers to automate more. So the first is visual understanding, and you saw that in action today. That is teaching the robots to recognize what's on the screen, to recognize the elements, the scroll bars, all that different stuff, whether it's a virtual desktop that you remote into or a phone. The second thing is document understanding, and that's helping the robots to process all kinds of different documents in a templateless way. Now, this could be things from receipts and invoices that you're automating and processing in very high volumes, all the way to really complex documents, hundreds of pages of length, where you need a robot to find a really specific piece of information hidden in that document. And the third area is conversational understanding, and this is teaching the robots to be interactive, process things like natural language and semantic analysis. And we're, as a company, with our data science team, our AI team, investing in these AI skills. But beyond that, we have a commitment to an open ecosystem, and we have 100 AI technology partners that contribute in these areas as well. So back to that question and everything that we've talked about in the session today. Can I automate that? Can I automate those more complex and cognitive processes, and what can AI do? So can I automate across these multiple different operating systems? Yes, you can. AI computer vision can help you with that, as you saw today in the demo. Can I create automations by bringing in very easily custom models developed by my data science teams? Yes, you can. AI Fabric is how. Can I process these documents, whether they're receipts or they're very complex documents? Yes, you can. Computer vision, document understanding is how. Can I make my automations interactive? Understand natural language? Yes, you can. Conversational understanding is how. And finally, you saw that screen with all those different logos. Can I use that AI in my workflows? The answer is yes, you can. And our AI technology partner ecosystem is how. So I hope this gave a brief understanding of how we're using AI to automate those more complex and cognitive tasks. And with UiPath AI, you can automate more interfaces, more operating systems. You can use more AI and ML. And ultimately, we're excited to help you automate those more cognitive and complex processes. So with that, I'd like to close out. I'd like to thank you one more time for coming to this session, spending a couple days. I'd like to thank my other presenters, and come see us at the booth. Thank you very much.
All right.